50 times animals ask humans for help and their kindness. Well, sometimes people have to be responsible, not only for their domesticated animals, but for other animals as well. After all, terrible things happen to them too, and they need our help. But the way these animals ask people for help will break your heart. A baby shark found itself trapped among the rocks and may never have seen its family if it hadn't been for these surfers. They tried to push the young creature into deeper water, but they had to do more to get it back home. This monkey's heart stopped from an electric shock, but some kind people spent over 15 minutes trying to resuscitate it like a human, and now it's going home. This guy decided to celebrate his 21st birthday by going snowboarding, but he never would have guessed that he'd have to save the life of a horse. This family could have just walked past a duck frozen to the ice, but instead, they pounded at the ice with their bare hands until they freed the poor thing. Two deer were battling it out with their antlers during the rut, and rescuers couldn't intervene until they had worn themselves out. They were hooked right in that corner. It looks like they don't want to fight anymore. This seagull got caught on a hook and couldn't do anything at all. How good that these folks came to the rescue in time. They performed a whole surgical operation, and the bird is going to live. An elephant and her 3 babies struggled for 2 days to get out of this pit. They were completely exhausted by the time rescuers arrived, but they're gonna be fine. This person found an unfortunate squirrel in their pool and immediately began squirrel CPR. And it worked! And look, it lingers a little longer to thank its savior. This little bird got trapped in a shop window and had no chance of survival until these guys got special permission from the shop owners to take out the wall and save it. A great white shark got stranded on a beach and never could have saved itself. But about 100 tourists came together to do the job. It's a great example of how we can make miracles happen when we work together. This raven had been drifting with the current for a long time and was completely exhausted when people finally noticed it. They helped it get out of the water and did their best to help the bird fly again. It's okay. It'll be okay, buddy. That's what the cormorants do. They stretch their wings out. He flew away and didn't make it in the water, so I'll see him again someday. This poor koala was hit by a train, but she managed to protect her 3-month-old baby in her pouch. He'll have to learn to live without his mother, but at least he seems to have found some true friends. A camel dying of thirst fell by the roadside in a desert in Algeria. Humans were its last hope, and it got lucky. This hawk got so dehydrated that it lost its bearings in the air due to the 50°C heat, but that brought it straight to people. This dog was supposed to be dinner for a huge snake, but 3 brave children weren't prepared to say goodbye to their pet. A huge whale shark was swimming around these divers' boat, begging for help. Its head had gotten tangled up in some rope, preventing it from breathing properly. Fortunately, these guys certainly aren't cowards. Watch these free divers as they rescue reef sharks trapped in a fishing net from death. This unfortunate elk fell from a hill onto the ice and was doomed if people hadn't launched a movie-worthy rescue operation. All these people heard about a snake stuck in the well and came to its aid. This man is risking his life by trying to catch the angry cobra while suspended in midair. In Russia, some orcas became trapped in ice, and they had no choice but to beg for help from human rescuers and had to manually disperse huge chunks of ice. But it was worth it because all 4 were saved. A strong current was gonna be the last adventure for this tiny bat, if not for this woman. She didn't hesitate to submerge in the icy water to save the creature. Oh my God! This parrot has lost its beak, which means it doesn't have long to live. But this doctor custom-made a plastic beak for the bird, giving it a second chance for a fulfilling life. During the severe flood in Korea, a dozen cows found refuge on rooftops. But then, the poor animals had to be rescued. There, right away, the family of 4 dolphins swam into a freshwater canal and could soon die. So some people formed a human chain to guide the mammals and help them get back to the other side of the bridge. That's all for now.